it's definitely time for me to unplait my hair, but I'm so lazy. Mainly because like I have to wash my hair and it's like too cold to have water on my head. And also like I don't know what to plait. Like I feel like this was such a nice hairstyle and I don't want to do anything that will bring it down. Like, you know, I need to step up, like the next hairstyle has to be better, so I don't want to do something that's not gonna look as good. So I have a hairstyle that I want to do, but then because it's cold, like I wear beanies a lot, so I think that like I won't be able to accommodate my hairstyle with it. So yeah, I should wait until it's hot until I do that hairstyle. So for now I don't know which other hairstyle to do, just to bambisa until I can do that hairstyle. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably just wash my hair and then leave it like that. But then if I leave it like that, I won't know what to do with it. So ciao, we'll see. Today guys, I've got tea with coffee and sugar and milk, cremora even.
Hey guys.
So recently on Instagram I posted about this other guy that I was talking to. Like, oh, he was so handsome, guys. Note that I said was. So I posted that like I was talking to him for like a day or two and then I blocked him afterwards because he was taking too long to reply. And then people were like, oh my gosh, no fish, give him a chance, people are busy, why didn't you ask him first? So I was like, maybe I kind of overreacted. Like people were just saying that I overreacted, so I was like, okay, let me unblock him and, you know, give him a chance. Let me give him a chance. Like it was too early for me to decide that, you know, like cut. So sharp. So I'm gonna tell you guys from the beginning, so that like you know from day one what was happening that led me to that point of blocking him and then further. So this guy, I actually know him through a dating app, the dating apps that I'm on. I did say that I'm not gonna like just deactivate my accounts because I might need, like, you know, to use them later, and like I'll just pop in here and there and see what's happening. So okay, cool. So then now this guy likes my picture, so then so if he likes my picture and then I like him back, then it's a match. So he likes my picture, so clearly he wants to match with me. I check out his profile, I'm like, yum, like okay. Also like we match and then we start talking, and then he was saying that he doesn't like to like type and whatever, so he wants to link. Then I was like, boy, it's too soon to try and link, because first of all I don't know you, so I kind of have to have a conversation with you that kind of like, so that I can kind of like check out what type of person you are. Would I be interested in linking up with you, like, you know, just for motivation, because you don't just link up with people, say hello, then link up with them, especially on dating apps, and you don't know them from above. So I was like, nope, can't do that. So he was like, okay. So I was like, so he was like, okay, phone calls, nyana, video calls. Then I was like, okay, we can do WhatsApp, VNs, nyana there, so you can take my number. So he was like, okay, cool, but he never texted me well on WhatsApp. So weeks are passing, and then I'm like, yo, okay, this guy hasn't texted me back, so what am I gonna do now? Should I send him another text and be like, what is going on, or should I leave him? What must I do? So I was like, hey, for once let me like put effort into something. Like, you know, you can't always have guys always being the ones who chase you, whatever. So then he was like, no, I was like, I sent him a message. I was like, oh, what does a sister have to do to get a nigga to text her, you know, the type of vibe. Then he was like, oh yeah, let me text you. So he texted me very immediately. And then I was like, so if I didn't send you that second message, you're not gonna text me? Then he's like, nah, I didn't think you were serious. Then I was like, not serious about what? Then he was like, he didn't respond to that. He was like, we must link or whatever. But as we're talking, he was taking like long to reply, like 30 minutes. It started off with 30 minutes because that was the night that we started talking on WhatsApp. So it was like 30 minutes difference. He said he said hello, I said hi, and then he said something, and then he didn't respond until the next day. So I was like, cool, because it's at night really, and I sleep early, so it doesn't matter. So in the next day when we continue talking, Haibo, person is taking 2 hours. Like literally it got to the point where I would receive 1 message a day from him. That's the point where I got, where I was like, block. Because first of all, I had to nanga you basically to send me a WhatsApp message, and then now I have to nanga you also to respond. Clearly you don't want to, and I should have known that time that you didn't text me on WhatsApp that you don't want to. I should have gotten the picture from then. So I was like, bro, like, deuces, I'm not gonna 1 message a day. It was an hour. It was like, okay, why is he taking so long? But then now it's like 1 message a day. I was like, no, that's too much. So I'm just like, hey dude, block. I didn't even explain anything, I just blocked him. So then Vele, that's when I went on Instagram. I was like, yo guys, there was this handsome man that I was talking to, but I decided to block him because he was taking too long to reply, and I just could never. Like I really felt like I was forcing it. Like I said, first of all, I was the reason. I had to double text you in order to get your attention and have you text me on WhatsApp. Now I must wait for hours for you to text me. Nah. So yeah, people were like, hey, Spesh, give him a chance, but they didn't know that that was the story basically behind it. They just knew that I was saying that he takes long to reply. So they were just like, Spesh, people are busy, give him a chance, it's still the beginning. So I was like, and even my friends were saying that, Mara friend, have you met him yet? I was like, nah, I haven't linked up with him yet. And then they were like, give him a chance, wait until you link up, maybe in person, things will be better, and then that's when he will start being more consistent via texting. So I was like, okay, cool, ne? So I unblocked him, but I didn't say anything. I just unblocked him, and then I posted a status, and then he responded on that status. He was like, I thought you blocked me. Then I was like, yeah, I did. Then he was like, why did you do that? Then I was like, you made me feel some type of way, and I didn't like that. Then he was like, tell me. Then I was like, I felt like I was forcing, like, and I don't like things that are forced. Like, I like things that are flowing. If we are in this thing, if we are doing this thing, it must yenzega. There mustn't be anything where one person is pushing more than the other, and one person is trying more than the other. Like, no, sorry. So he was like, nah, I didn't do it on purpose, can I call you? And then I was like, yeah, but then I went to sleep after that, so I got a missed call. Then the next day we got to talk Vele on the phone, and like, guys, the vibes were nice. Like, he's very smart. We spoke about what was happening in the country in terms of like the looting and stuff like that, and his opinion was like, it was so put together. It made a lot of sense, and I agreed with it. His outlook on relationships, work life, like, living things, he was on par, and I was really impressed by him. I was like, wow, okay. Even his voice, had a deep voice in like, he was just I was like, I could have missed out on a gent just because I couldn't wait a few hours or a day basically to get a text back. I should have relaxed. I should have given it more time. So yeah, as we were talking Vele, I've never had an intellectual conversation with a guy. Like, most of the guys, it's just like surface things, like general, normal, basic things. Like, we never get into depth about things like that. So with him, like, that call lasted like 2 hours, 30 minutes, and then the network cut, and then we had another hour and a half. So it was really flowing. Like, we're just on the same page about a lot of things. So I was really excited, like, hey, okay. So then the call ended, and then he was like, from then on, he was texting back like frequently, regularly. If he takes long, it's like 30 minutes, but it's never longer than that. So we're talking, then he's like, yeah, he's gonna call me again. Then, the vibes are great, the vibes are good. And then I think a week passed, and then so I didn't follow him on Instagram, and he doesn't follow me also, and I was able to find him because I sent my friend a picture of him, like just to show her like what he looks like, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I follow this guy most. And I was like, hey, well, you follow him? And she's like, yeah. Then I was like, okay, then what's his Insta name? Then she didn't know what his name is, but she was like, I don't know his name, I don't remember it, but I know that I follow him and he follows me also. So I was like, okay. Then I went on his WhatsApp profile, ne? And there it shows you very like what that person calls themselves. Yes. So I saw like a name, Nyan, two names. So I typed the first one, didn't find him. Typed the second one, and then I found him. So then I was like, okay, cool. Then I went onto his page, and then I saw him vele. Yo, Mugai has like 20,000 followers. I was like, yo, a guy that has so many followers. Because me normally, like, I like guys that are very low key, like, you know, 200 followers, 200 following, 2 pictures, that's it. Like, they mustn't be people that are very, you know, active on social media and out there. So I was like, okay, let me let it slide. Let me leave it. It's not that deep. So yeah, I saw his profile Vele, and then I never looked at it again. And then all of a sudden, my friend Vele, after a week of me talking to him and all of that, she was like, hey, did you see this? And it was his Insta story. Guess what it was? Men's was standing in front of a mirror, ne? And he was basically doing this, and there was a girl behind him, and they were kissing, like giving her a kiss, and she was taking the snap. So she was behind him holding the camera like this, and then they were kissing in the snap. He posted it. My friend's like, did you see this? I'm like, no, I didn't see it. Oh my gosh, who is this girl? In. Then yeah, like yeah, I was like, ah. So from then, at that time when I saw that post, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know, did men's decide to get a girl now, or has she always been there while I'm here? Like, what's the story? I couldn't figure it out, but I was like, this is where I withdraw. This is where I leave. This is where I take my 2 cents and whatever contribution that I was making into this thing, and I am going. So my friend was just like, yeah, just miss him, like, just. So I was like, yeah, I didn't feel like I'm in a position to be like, hey, who's that girl? You know? So I was just like, dude, we even just started talking like a week ago, so it's not that deep. I'm not even touched, I'm not even impressed. Bye. Like, you know? So he sent me a message, and that message was kind of those messages that you don't really have to respond to. Like, normally I would just say something that would continue the conversation. So I was like, okay, since this message is not requiring me to say nothing, I'm just gonna leave it there. So I'm not gonna respond on this one, blue ticket, and then sharp. So Vele, and I didn't wait thinking with this girl, when I saw this girl, I was like, there was a day where he posted a girl, but because this guy is a photographer also, and on his Instagram he's got like people there that are not him, and these girls and guys, whatever that he posted, I was like, oh, this is one of his things that, you know, this is one of his posts from his photo shoots or whatever, so it's not that deep. And even the caption wasn't suspicious, like, it was like, okay, it makes sense. Kanti, that was a sign from then. It was a red flag from then. Who is this person? And I did see a post on Twitter that said that dating a photographer is tricky because you won't know if he's posting his girl or he's posting his work. And I was laughing at that post like, ha ha ha, because I never thought it would be me. Look at me now. So I'm telling my friend when we find out this thing, when she sent me that picture, I'm like, I saw this girl most, but I didn't think anything of it because men's photographer, Instagram, there's people everywhere. So I didn't think nothing of it, like, at all. So I was like, okay, so this is, so Vele, I withdraw, I just keep quiet. I said nothing. I kept quiet. So then Vele, when I kept quiet, he also didn't say anything, because I'm guessing that he was thinking like, oh, why am I not saying anything type of thing. So then I went onto his Instagram, because I saw the caption from that WhatsApp status that, you know, he wrote this girl's name, but it was like kind of a nickname type of thing. So then I made it out to a name, and then I searched for her. When I search on his followers or following, on his following, I see that like there's so many girls with that same name. So I was like, I don't know which one I'm gonna pick, so let me go to the comments. So I went to the comments, and then I saw this, there was 2 girls with the same name that commented on one of his posts, and then one of them, he commented like with very lovey-dovey emojis. So I was like, this has to be her. I went on to her, I went on to her stories, found that same picture that they had together. So I was like, oh, this is her. Okay, cool. Baby girl is pretty, you know, curly hair, whatever. That's his type, that's great, whatever. So I was like, okay, girl is pretty. So I was like, okay, now because I'm leaving him, let me just leave him, let me keep quiet. So a few days later, I was like, hey, let me check up on him in terms of like his Instagram. Went onto his Instagram, so he had a post, because I wasn't sure if like they're official or it's something, but I could tell that if they're posting each other on social media and they both have big platforms, then it means that it's official. Like they wouldn't just post like that if it's just a fling, yana. So I went to check up on him again on Instagram, and then I saw that he had a new post. Then I went to the comments, and then this girl comments. So his caption, he had a caption there. I don't want to say what the caption is. Can I say what the caption is? But yeah, you won't find him just because of that caption. But there's quite a few of the people that I follow on Instagram, and they follow me, that follow this guy. So I don't know. I don't want you guys to know who he is. Anyways, so yeah, he had a caption, and this girl responded to this caption and said, my da 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 da. So he had da 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 da, and she said my da 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 da. So I was like, my means we are together. So I'm no more doubting anymore, because if she can say my, it means that they're exclusive. If exclusive means just me and you. So I was like, okay, so I was like, yo, I want to be petty. Let me like this girl's comment. Yeah, let me like this girl's comment. And then first I asked my colleagues, like, if you like someone's comment on someone else's post, does that person that posted get to see that someone liked someone else's comment? And then they're like, no, it will only notify the girl that I have liked the thingy, the comment. So I was like, okay. But my intention was him to see that I liked it and I saw it. So when I liked that girl's things and my colleagues are like, nah, he won't see it, then I was like, let me unlike then. So I unliked it. Then I was like, I'm gonna like his comment to that girl, because he commented back to that girl. I was like, I'm gonna like his comment. But then I was like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care that much. Like, that's just petty. Like, and it's too messy. Like, do I even care that much? Like, no, I don't. Let me just leave it. So I decided that let me not do it anymore. Okay, 2 days passed by, and then because I deleted his number and archived the chats, because I don't know, for some reason I feel like I can't delete chats because I need proof of version of events of what happened in case someone can say I'm lying or whatever. So I was like, okay, now I'm going back to check. Like, I don't know, for some reason I was just checking him. So I went to check on him and I saw his profile picture is gone. Profile picture is gone. And then I went to the profile, because you know he could have removed his profile picture, but I was like, removing his profile picture, he's never done that. So, and men don't normally do that. So I went on to his thingy, his status is gone. I get it, when someone blocks you, the status that they had, whatever, is gonna disappear. And even when you try to check the profile, Pella, if someone removes their profile, it will still show you that thing, but it's gonna be blank. For him, it wasn't showing at all, and there wasn't any status. So I was like, I was like, he blocked me. I was like, okay, wait, let me go on Instagram. I went on Instagram, searched him. Was I not blocked? He blocked me even on Instagram. And now I'm asking myself, how? Because he doesn't know my Insta handle. Like, I'm the only one that knows his Insta handle. And when I was checking his stories, he's got like 20,000 something followers. So how did he see me? Like, does he have the time to go through all of the people that are viewing his stories and seeing? And also I'm thinking it couldn't have been me liking that girl's comment because it didn't notify him. And we tested it, like me and my colleagues, we tested it and it didn't notify them when I did that. So now I'm thinking, well, how did he find me? What is going on? And what is the reason? What is the reason? Because I didn't do anything to you. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. I was just looking and I left you alone. So what's blocking? What's the cause for the blocking? Why must you block? I'm left with the questions. Like, I don't even have many questions. I've got 2 questions. Like, what is the reason for him blocking me and how did he find me? The how did he find me one, like, I don't mind not getting an answer, but why am I blocked? Like, if someone is not bothering you and they're keeping quiet and they're letting you live your life and they're not being pressed about it, why are you blocking them? Because I would understand if I went to him and I was like, what's this? Who's this girl? And started stalking him and making comments on his Instagram and like bothering him, then I would understand him blocking me because, child, get out of my life. I've moved on. I've found someone, type of thing. But I literally said nothing. I didn't say nothing to you. Also, like, I feel like I'm not even pressed about this whole thing because I've got my reasons. First of all, it's only been a week of you and me talking, so you don't owe me anything. Like, you don't owe me a relationship, you don't owe me an explanation of the things that you decide to do. It is messed up though that you would try to talk to someone and tell them that like you want to see them, tell them that like you're interested in them, and then be with someone else, like post pictures with someone else. Like, what's that? That's not okay. But still, I'm not pressed because I'm just like, we didn't enter a relationship. We were just talking, trying to get to know each other, and then hopefully something was gonna happen. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I can't get mad. Like, I can't. Second of all, when I saw this guy's profile before I started talking to him, I saw that like he was, he said musician, photographer, artist, what, and I mean, guys, you can pursue your careers or whatever, but me personally, like, I've met a couple of guys that were like into doing music and arts and poetries and whatever, and like, big ups to you, but I don't know if I want that for myself. Like, I don't know if I want someone like that. I don't know if I want someone that's pursuing a career like that. And I've never made it a thing where I'm just like rejecting a guy just because they're doing that with their lives. But it's just not a preference. Like, I won't reject you, but I just don't prefer. So it's just like, yeah, first of all, I don't prefer guys like you. Because even when we were talking on the phone, it was like, yeah, I'm in the studio, what. So he used to work, but now he didn't work anymore. So now he was Mr. Studio 24/7. Like, yeah, I'm in the studio, what. And for me, it's kind of like, okay, you're in the studio, but life, living, how are you getting by? Like, how are you eating? Where do you live? Type of thing. But I didn't want to like ask those questions because it was too soon to ask all of that stuff yet. So yeah, I kind of didn't like the fact that like he's missed the studio all the time. But I was like, hey, it's still 80 days. Let's not. Second of all, was that first? No, that's third. The third reason is that he is full of himself. Like, that guy is handsome, very, like, hands down, he's handsome. But a guy that knows that he's handsome and he feeds off the fact that he's handsome. So for me, like, when I was talking to him, it sounded like he's just aware of that, the fact that like he's handsome, he's good looking, and that people are attracted to him. Like, being aware and being like, yeah, I get that, but I'm not into that. Because he was saying that, like, I'm not into that stuff, like girls liking me just because I'm handsome, what looks don't mean anything. Like, I want a real connection. I want to be able to have a friend in a girl, and you know, stuff like that. Like I cherish things that are not physical. So I was impressed by that, like wow, nice. But then as he kept talking, like when we keep talking, he's like, he would say stuff like, yeah, if when you're handsome AF, then 1 2 3 4 5, yeah, it's because I'm handsome AF 6 7 8 9 10. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna be with a person where he's the prize, he's the cover boy for the relationship, he's the person with the looks. What about me? Pella, I'm also pretty and I'm a girl, and I feel like us being girls, we should be the beautiful ones in the relationship. Like if there's anyone that's being praised for beauty and what, it should be mostly the female. The male can't bring beauty into a relationship. So I was just like, Inkari, when you're here to offer me beauty and you want me to feel like I must know that I'm special because I'm with a guy like you because of the way that you look. Like he even said, yeah, he can't wait to have a girlfriend, and it's nice having a girlfriend because it just chases all of these other girls away. And I'm just like, so I'm girl number 50,000 in line waiting to be with you. Nah, I didn't like how that made me feel, but still I was like, let's give it time, let's not decide now, like let's give it time and see, you know. Gandhi. Another reason he was like, Yena, he's never, and he's black, so he was like, Yena, he's never really been with black girls that much. He's only ever been with one black girl, then the rest were not black. Then I was like, oh, okay, why? Because you know me and race and colorism, I don't play with those things. So I was like, why have you never? Then he was just like, I was like, do you not have a preference for black girls? Then he was like, nah, it's not that I don't have a preference, it's just I've never really found one that I feel like gets me and stuff like that. It was always the girls of the other races that felt my vibe and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, okay, now that makes sense, because you know, it's more of the vibe. That he was like, he's attracted to black girls, like he really is. It's just that he hasn't been finding the girls that complement his personality. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then he was like, I also, black girls tend to be so loud. So I was like, black girls tend to be loud, so I must be carrying the reputation of black girls on my shoulders and making sure I'm not proving you right that black girls are loud. Like I felt like that type of comment that he made was very restricting for me, and it kind of put an expectation on me to be different, and I'm not trying to be different, I'm trying to be myself. And if I am loud, I'm gonna be loud. And I don't like guys, and I literally told him that I don't like guys that generalize over one specific experience, especially with black girls. Like guys are always ready to be like, yeah, this is how black girls are. They experience one black girl doing something, then they're like, yeah, black girls are like that. And then they experience one non-black girl doing something, then they're like, yeah, these non-black girls are like this, that's why we like them. And with black girls, they never pick the positive things, it's always the negative things. So I was just like, and I made it known to him that, like, first of all, I'm very pro-black. Second of all, I'm not here trying to prove that I'm gonna be different. You're just gonna have to see. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm special or I'm different in any way. You'll have to see for yourself. So I like the fact that, like, I was very much in control of the situation. Like, I was very open about the way that I felt. I had boundaries in terms of, this is what we're not gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. Because normally I was always like the type of person to just let a guy lead, just like, oh, he said this, okay, oh, he wants this, okay. Now it was like, we will meet when I feel like I am ready to meet, and I feel like I've been given enough reasons and enough grounds and enough motivation to want to meet you. So you're gonna have to be patient, dear sir. And I never used to be like that. And I was like, girl, growth on growth on growth. And I think that's the only thing that I'm proud of out of the situation. Like, literally, I was even talking to other guys while I was talking to this guy. And remember in that video when I was talking about the dating apps and my experience with different guys of different races, like, I was saying that I was always the type of person to want to commit to the first guy that I see, want to focus on the first guy that I see. Now, even with him around, like, yes, he was like the favorite because he was handsome and he seemed to have a great personality, but he was still not the only one. I was still talking to other guys. So that's why I'm not feeling that much of, I'm not feeling anything. I'm just like, dude, I don't know you, I've never met you, life goes on. Like, you blocked me, which is very unnecessary, and I feel like being petty and going, I don't know, like, finding him, maybe go to that dating app and, you know, tell him how much he's, Yazin, I wasn't so but yeah, like, I just want to give him a piece of my mind and then block him and never talk to him again. But is he worth it? He's not. Instead, now I'm just continuing with other guys that I'm talking to, continuing to get to know other people. It's really not that deep. And my friend even mentioned that, like, she understands why I never talk about guys. Like, I never talk. Even with this, me talking about this guy on Instagram, it was a sign that it's gonna go left, because once you talk about men, they will surely disappoint you. They will surely embarrass you. And I'm not the type, like, even my friends, I don't tell them anything about the guys that I'm talking to or the guys that I'm seeing. It was even a thing where I'd go 3 months seeing a guy and my friends wouldn't know about it. I'd only tell them towards the end of the relationship that, oh yeah, I was with this guy, or I'm with this guy, what. And as soon as I tell them, only a few weeks and then it's over. So Jay, it's not even a thing that I keep it a secret because I don't want it to be ruined or whatever. It's just a thing where I just like to be private about my business, especially when it comes to men. So there's pros and cons, because the pros is that, like, yeah, like, I don't need to be going around explaining, you know, if I change a nigga, like, now if it ended in 2 weeks, then I found another one, I don't have to be like, oh yeah, that one, I don't have him anymore, it's another one. Nah, nobody even knew anyway. So it's easier for me to move. It's easier for me to, like, you know, there's less explaining, less talking. But then the downside of that, like, was that, like, I was just navigating things on my own and I didn't have other people advising me. So I made, like, a lot of wrong decisions, or I was very blind to a lot of things because I didn't have anyone else guiding me. So I don't like that. So that's why with this one I was like, let me just say something. And you see now, if I didn't say anything, my friend wasn't going to be able to find that this guy is with someone else, and I was going to be dribbled. See, can't have that. So I feel like I'm trying to find a good balance between being private and letting people know. Like, there's a difference between secret and private. Yeah. So secret is hiding, like, nobody knows, and then private is like people know, but then only certain details. So now I'm working on private as opposed to secret. I'm done with secret. But also, yeah, guys, I'm not gonna do that again, hey. But I thought that it's not that deep, like, talking about him on social media, because he didn't follow me, he was never gonna know. And I wasn't gonna marry him or anything like that. So I didn't think that it was deep. And I think my intentions were not a relationship as such with that guy. Like I said, when I saw him, I was like, yum. You know, I wasn't that serious about him. So that's why I felt like, I can talk about him, it doesn't matter. But me, I don't talk about men. I live like I don't have a man. That's how I live. And that time, there's a guy that I've been seeing for 3 months or whatever. So that's just the way that I am. And I just like to keep it like that. But of course, adjusting a few things, you know, just to be safe on my side and to be good on my side. Because I want my friends to know what type of guy I'm going out with, what he looks like, you know, in case of anything that needs to happen. So yeah, guys, all I'm going to say is that all I got from this thing is that I'm very proud of myself and how I handled it. Like, niggas block you when you say something, they block you when you don't say something. So what must we do? Because I literally didn't say anything and I still caught a block. So yeah, I'm just happy that, like, you know, I held it down. And I don't know, he probably, like, blocked me out of guilt. Like, if you know men and you have experience with men and you know how they think and how they function, or you're a man yourself, please let me know what is the reason for me to be blocked. Because and I wanted to update my people on Instagram, but I was like, I was too drained to even say anything. That's how much I just didn't feel that much about the situation. So I didn't have the thing, yo, I must talk. Like, you know, I was just really drained, like, ugh. So I was like, I'll talk about it on YouTube, plus it would be a nice spicy story time, so I'll do that. But yeah, it's just even draining thinking about it, because I'm just like, nigga, you ain't nothing, please, bye. But yeah, guys, I don't know, I think what I've learned from this is that I must continue being better, like continue speaking up for myself, continue not tolerating things, continue saying what I want and making my intentions clear. If someone's not giving me what I want, I dip. No fighting over niggas that don't deserve it, niggas of 2 weeks. The only time I feel like I can approach a guy and be like telling them stuff is if maybe we've been in a relationship, like a solid relationship, then I feel like you owe me answers. But other than that, I just like that I'm not a talker. Like with these guys, I feel like with me, you need to earn it. You need to earn emotions out of me. You need to earn anger, because when I'm upset or I'm telling you and I'm approaching you and saying, hey, I don't like this and this and this, it means that there's some sort of caring that I have for you. So with niggas, I'm just like, me bugging for what? Have you earned that? Nah, you haven't earned that. So I'm not gonna bug, I'm not gonna be pressed, I'm just gonna move. That's what I do, I move. So that's why even with the blocking thing, when he wasn't texting back frequently, I was just like, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, why don't you text me? Oh, why are you not replying? Just delete, move. That's the type of mentality that I have. So, you know, yes, I won't be as brutal, but I feel like I like that I have that type of energy. And guys, I didn't wake up like this. Hey, I didn't wake up having this type of attitude and having this type of outlook on relationships with men. It took work, okay? And I'm gonna share that on my next video of how I got to this point and what led me to this point. There's a line by Nicki Minaj that says, I don't tell niggas, I show niggas. And for me, that's who I am. That's my motto. Like, that's always been me. I don't tell niggas, I show niggas, and it's never less than like 4 niggas. Bah.